Okay, it's showtime again. I'm still wearing the same outfit as it was in the previous video because actually maybe the next video because it's post office is closed. I don't have any information update on the track. This is gonna be while I drive to the office to drop this check off. Hopefully it's open because it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day and I'm an idiot. I'm going to talk a little bit about the card show I talked about in the very first video ever. I went to the card show. I hate to do this, but I think I'm going to wear my sunglasses. Well, we'll try not to. I know it's a little bit impersonal. I did go to the card show. It was definitely different than I thought. I thought it was going to be a super small card show, just a few vendors, mainly sports, really nothing exciting. The second I walked in, I knew something's probably wrong with that thought process because that is not what I ended up with. It was pretty wild. It was still a small show. There weren't that many vendors, maybe 50 to 60, maybe fewer than that even. And it was in like our local community auditorium. So park, whatever, no problem. Walk all the way to the front. As soon as you walk in, the smell hits you. People that are at these card shows, maybe, you know, definitely need to figure that part out first. But I understand it's a weekend, maybe you came back from the gym, whatever the case may be. That said, the Pokemon. I thought Pokemon was going to be a small part of the show. The very first vendor when you walk in the place was maybe the largest Pokemon vendor there. So as soon as you hit the front door, you've got to, excuse me, sorry, can I get through you? Just to get around them to start going somewhere else to the show to get to any other vendor, you have to apologize your way through a crowd of people that are sitting there running prices on cards and stuff like that. That part wasn't great. So I kind of walked around, snaked around, looked. A lot of the Pokemon stuff, the singles were not super exciting. Not a whole lot of single action going on. I tried. I spoke to a couple people about buying more stuff than they probably planned, but these were not. I thought these were going to be like mom and pops, father sons that had some cards. That we'll try to sell them this weekend, son. It's not what it was. These were professional vendors. This is what they do. This is their job. They probably do this pretty much anywhere they can, wherever they can, however they can, in whatever amount they can. So no luck at all buying collections. I could not get a discount to save my life on singles and stuff like that. I mean, not without sitting there pricing everything out. I don't have that kind of time. It was not worth it for something that probably wouldn't work out to begin with. Now, did I buy anything? I did. I am starting a small sealed collection. It's nothing special. You can say I'm a FOMO baby, hype baby, whatever you want to say. I've been a Pokemon for a long time. I've cracked open ETBs that are worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, now booster box that are worth tens of thousands of dollars. I have done it all, but being a kid or being younger and playing a lot, you open stuff, you open products. You don't usually keep it sealed. That's not very fun, especially when you're 9. Keeping your first edition base set pack sealed kind of sucks when you could open it and show off your new Oddish to your friends at school, your foil Hitmonchan or whatever it is. So I wanted to start buying some sealed stuff. I have started. I have some Japanese. I have some English. Not much. I think maybe around a couple cases. I literally just started in December and January. So I've been buying a lot from Pokey. I know, but he's Brian's nice. I've actually emailed him several times with some concerns and questions, things like that. He is easy to work with. I'll give him that. He's a true businessman. But I bought some stuff from him, some eBay stuff, just kind of things. Checked everything out. So at the show, a couple things caught my eye. I do think Prismatic is going to get a another print run. I think it's not going anywhere anytime soon. I think the pull rates are ass. I think you're going to get screwed over if you try to get anything from those sets and boxes. But the market does speak for itself. In the near future, I think Prismatic probably will go down a little bit. It's going to dip pretty hard. It's kind of a shitty set, really. I mean, it's EV or nothing. I mean, you get complete dog water, or you get the card that's currently dropping in value pretty hard. Most people are going to get dog water, but still, people still buy it. There's a reason old Magic sets that are complete ass are worth a lot of money right now. Rudy talks about it a lot. Nostalgia, all that sort of stuff. A lot of people are missing out on Prismatic because of shithead scalpers and things like that are priced out. They're going to remember that in 10, 20 years. They're going to decide they want it. And that's what I'm going to be there for. So I didn't get a huge set. I paid about 750. The vendor was kind of a dick. He was your standard. I don't mind him. If you're watching this, I know he's not for sure. And me and his dad are in the same industry. So I got to be careful here. But if he is watching, I don't mean you personally. You just had too much of a Poco vendor attitude. It is what it is. But we did cut kind of a deal. And the reason I actually think I prefer buying at card shows and things like this, I know it's my first one, my first experience with it. There's a lot of reasons to enjoy it. One, you can examine the product before you purchase, which I did. Two, no taxes. Not paying taxes on things when you're collecting and planning to resell them in the future, well, taxes are built in whatever the price is great because it lets you, on my $750 purchase, if I were to buy that online, first off, it would have been a little bit more than that. Probably would have been $800 plus 10% taxes. Plus, if they make you pay shipping, you pay for shipping. So it's really difficult to complain about, oh, I think I may have overpaid on this one item. I overpaid on one thing by about 15 bucks. I admit that. I think he had the wrong price on it. We still cut a deal lower than that price, but he was still charging too much. He's charging an old price. Probably been a while since he looked at the market on it, on that specific one item. I think it was a Black Bolt or White Flare Pokemon Center ETB. So I actually got a white flare and black bolt Pokemon Center ETB of each, sealed of course, everything looks good, for 300 for both. Not a great deal. But if I were to buy those on eBay, not able to examine them, they have to get shipped, chance of damage in that. Taxes, that's another 30 bucks at least. Shipping, I don't know if you have to pay shipping on a lot of eBay ETB purchases. Let's call that another 15 to $20 each. It saves me and keeps my margin down by, if you do the percentage on that, about 12 to 15%. That's awesome. So not only did I pay about market on both of those, but my margin on that is about 10 to 15% better, at least 10 for sure for taxes, 15, maybe if I had to pay shipping on each one, would about, that's about 15 bucks a piece for shipping. So I'm not complaining. I think it was not that bad. I'm on the interstate. If it's a little bit loud around me, I'm sorry. I have all these trucks. It's really annoying. I hate driving on the interstate. But I think it's okay. The other stuff I picked up, two booster bundles of Prismatic, the Super Collection Box, I think is what it's called. I'm not great with all the different product names. It's the one that has a bunch of packs, the fluffy EV deck box, and some other goodies that no one cares about. And then a Prismatic ETB. And I may have forgotten a couple things here or there. Maybe a Surging Sparks ETB, I can't remember. But either way, it was a lot of sealed. It was 750 flat out the door. PayPal goods and services. The guy probably got a little bit pissed off when he got billed the fee on it. That's my bad. I actually showed his partner he was there with, his vendor buddy, my exact settings and orders to approve before I sent the money. It said PayPal goods and services was selected. The amount, the note they asked me to put, everything was exactly the way the guy wanted it. He said, "Yep, that looks great. Send it." Sent it. So maybe he prefers goods and services. A lot of people prefer family and friends at these vendor shows. I know. I prefer goods and services for buyer protection, but you know, either way, I didn't really want to keep looking after that. I mean, I did have this. It was a huge bag from like Target, right? Like when you buy a pillow or something, give you the oversized bag. It was that full of three or four ETBs, the Super Collection, some bundles, and I got to pick two packs off the wall. They're sealed, sleeved packs. I think I got two Surging Sparks. It's minimal, right? But it's extra value. At the end of the day, it is extra value. So I paid the 750. I got. I didn't pay taxes on that. I got two free sleeve boosters, free quote unquote, and I got sealed product. Remember, if you want to make money in Pokemon or any TCG or any collectible long term, but specifically TCGs, there's four words to remember, six if you want to go the long version. Buy sealed, don't open. That's it. Four words. Buy sealed product, do not open if you want the slightly longer version, 50% longer version. But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to buy sealed product. Now, my motivation is not to get rich in the future. If your motivation is to get rich buying and selling Pokemon cards, you are probably thinking about it wrong. Can it happen? Sure. Is it going to happen to you specifically? Well, statistics say, the law of large numbers says probably not. There are so many different ways for this shit to go south, and very few ways for it to go north, for it to go towards profit. I consider every dollar I spend on Pokemon a near complete waste. Now, why do I say near complete? I personally believe they will go up in the future. I will not open them. I have no interest in cracking packs that I pay a lot of money for that are sealed. If they were loose packs, whatever, I would probably open those just for the hell of it. But I have a daughter. I have one kid. She's 10 months old as the time of, actually 10 months old today, I believe, as of writing, as of recording. And I want to show her, because I grew up very poor. We did not do investing. I did not understand how investing worked. And we didn't have hardly a pot to piss in, to be honest with you. So I had to learn all that shit the hard way. And by the hard way, I mean lose money at first, make money later. There's a few ways to invest that are pretty surefire. You got your IRAs, 401ks, the boring stuff like that, securities, bonds, whatever. It's a very slow growth process, but it's something you should definitely do. If you're getting into high risk stuff like collectibles, it's very fun. Sure, it's fun to collect sealed product, look at it, say, oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know what else you can do with it beyond that. You can try to flex on people with it. If someone's impressed by seeing Pokemon cards, they need to reevaluate their lives. And you also need to reevaluate your life if you are trying to impress people with Pokemon cards. Because this is not a playground, this is not the third grade. They've been out for a long time. Anyone can buy them. You just have to have enough money to do it. Money is a temporary thing. You get it, you spend it, you invest it, you wipe your ass with it. Whatever you do with your money is your choice, your call. It shouldn't be there to impress people or try to impress people. What I want to do, short term and long term, is to show my daughter, who I'm assuming will probably be into Pokemon as she gets older, because I am. She may not be. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever she decides she's into doesn't matter. But I would like to show her that investing doesn't always have to be this stuffy process of $7,200 a year into your IRA and $7,200 a year into mom's IRA. However much into a private 401k. I'm a contract employee, so I don't get like a company 401k. I have to do all this stuff myself, and it's all self-directed. It doesn't have to be real estate, which sounds exciting. I have a couple investment properties. I don't recommend it, to be honest, in most places for most people. It's a huge pain in the ass to own these properties. Tenants are a pain in the ass. Maintenance is a pain in the ass. I try. My problem is I go above and beyond for the tenants. So if they have a complaint, I bust my ass to get whatever they are complaining about handled within 24 to 48 hours at the slowest. I want to get it done same day if possible. So it's for me, as soon as the tenant calls in a work order, that's a fire to put out. It's not the funnest way to invest. Matter of fact, it barely pays off if you really think about the numbers and how appreciation is looking for a lot of investment properties these days. But that's a whole other story for another day. That's a whole different can of worms, really. That's why I am apples to oranges. I like Pokemon. I would like to invest in Pokemon, but it's apples to oranges. You've got Pokemon. It's fun. It's exciting. It's high risk. You're probably going to lose your ass on it, especially short term. Maybe long term, you should make money on it. But again, that's a can of worms. And to oranges. Oranges being traditional routes, real estate, IRA, things like that. That's why I call myself apples to oranges. It's why it's people should consider both options long before they consider Pokemon seriously. They should definitely consider the other stuff. But I want to show her that investing's not always this boring thing. You can have fun with it. High risk stuff. I would like to be able to show her a prismatic bundle 5, 6 years from now when I plant the seed of being responsible with money, because her mom's going to work on the exact opposite of that as fast as she can. That I bought this bundle for, I don't know, $60 or something, but 55. I can't remember. I didn't really itemize everything I was bought as a huge purchase, like a. I'll take all of it for this amount and not a dime more. But I want to show her that I bought this for this amount this year, the year you were born, well, the year after you were born, and now it's worth this amount, but we have to keep it closed. So there is a sacrifice to it. You're not just buying fun stuff and having a fun time doing it. The sacrifice is you can't open it. You do have to leave it the way it is for now. and you'll probably never be able to open it if you want it to be an investment. So there is a trade-off to everything, and that's an important lesson. I want her to learn as early as possible. I can pull up my brokerage account and try to explain this to her, but it's not a tangible thing. She can't feel it. She can't look at it. She can't have fun with it. She can't have fun with this either, I guess. But it's something she can look at. She can feel it. We can look at the numbers. We can go over it. We can talk about percentages. This is stuff I want her to learn as fast as she can and as early as possible so she doesn't make a lot of the same life mistakes that I made because I didn't have this type of knowledge. And if I can help you guys do that, or gals, whoever's watching, I don't care. That's what I want to do. I want to take, because I am a dad, I'm just kind of an old man in general when it comes to my thought processes. I want you guys to see that this can be a fun way to do it, but it is a high risk thing to do. And you really shouldn't put put the cart before the horse. You should not be buying TCG products or investment products like this, an investment vehicle like this high risk, without having first set yourself up with a nice, safe nest egg that makes sense. So if you are maxing out your IRA every year, $7,200, whatever it is, it's not a ton of money. It's doable. I don't care what job you work, it is doable. I was able to save $5,500 when I was making $8 an hour in less than a year. It sucked ass. It was horrible, and I was sleeping, I think, on a mattress on the floor when I was young, but I did it. It's possible for anybody to save money. It's not difficult. It's very possible. You should always try to do it. I have some tips and stuff I'll cover later on that. How I was able to do that. It tore me up, but it's very possible. You can save a ton of money if you really grind it out and put your mind to it. I'm not saying grind it out in terms of doing an assload of work to make more and more money to save. You can do that. That's optional. Step number two. Step number one is just figuring out what the hell you need every month. But to this is pretty much the end of the video. My point. I went to the card show, picked up some stuff I think will do okay long term. Black Bolt and White Flare will probably get reprinted. I have no doubt about that. Will there be new Pokemon Center boxes, ETBs? Probably, but there was so little upon release of those sets, those are going to get snatched up and ripped. Pokemon is a high open ratio game. Most people that purchase are going to open the product within 10 years. Now, some of them have the mentality, I want to start off investing, I'm older. Very few people, again, law of large numbers, have the financial stability and mental wherewithal, fortitude, whatever you want to call it, to hold the product for that long. Shit's gonna happen. Your dog's gonna get sick. It's gonna break its leg and need a $5,000 surgery. Whatever the case may be, you have to sell off part or all of your collection, your sealed collection, your singles, whatever. Life happens, and it may happen to me too. I'm not counting myself out, but I am saying I have a higher likelihood of being able to do this than probably the average person that jumps into it because I didn't put the cart before the horse. I'm doing this in reverse order. I have the real estate, I have stocks and bonds, I have other stuff, investments that I'm fairly confident in. And then I'm doing this section of it now later in life. And that's kind of the knowledge and wisdom, if you can call it that, because I'm just getting started on this. I know I'm just for someone who's new to this shit, they should not be talking this in depth about it. I don't think. I'm admitting that I'm probably giving bad advice, and of course, nothing gives you financial advice other than max your IRA out every year. You should do that. That is financial advice. If that works out for you badly in 30 years, sue me. Don't file a lawsuit before you're able to pull that money out, though. If you do, then I'll just sue you back. But in a serious note, don't do this. Don't buying Pokemon cards while other aspects of your life are not in order is a bad idea. Don't do it. But if you're like me and you have a lot of this stuff mostly figured out, you're pretty stable, you got a kid, and all the expensive stuff's kind of out of the way, own the car, bought a house, all this other stuff, probably now's a good chance to do it. I mean, people are going to be selling stuff. A lot of shit's going to get reprinted. That's why I'm investing in things that I probably will be reprinted, but that's fine. I know that in 10 years from now, it will be in higher demand. Hopefully, if Pokemon completely crashes, I'll be shocked. But it survived multiple recessions in America and other countries, and it's strong IP. It's the most profitable IP in the world for a reason. But that's pretty much it for now. I will have an update to the tracking video soon. I'll probably get both of these up today, and then just kind of cucky on the tracking one until I get a chance to upload the update to that. Hopefully tomorrow when I'm able to go to the post office and actually get it done. But I'm gonna see. We actually have a mail machine in the office. I'm gonna see if I can possibly get those stamped with tracking on the company dime and save some money. But I need to see if that's possible first. So, and if that does happen, I'm going to say that did not happen. Update. That did not happen. Unfortunately, I was not able to do that. And I did not use company funds irresponsibly 100%. So anyway, till the next time, hopefully not in the car. I swear I do have an office and I will do that. But the baby's asleep and now's my chance to run errands and do videos. So till next time, apples to oranges, applins to oranges. See, I'm gonna keep saying that because apples to oranges is one of my favorite phrases to use with the calls of my clients. But applins to oranges is the name of the whatever.